What would you say are the top three tips you would give to patients on picking a medical team? Because getting to that place is very important.
Well, I think that obviously, especially if you're in the beginning of the process, I think the process changes as you move through the disease. But if you're newly diagnosed or there's been a change in your diagnosis and you want to move on, I think speaking to a number of different doctors, but how do you find those doctors to speak to is really one of the first problems that we face. And there are a number of ways to do that. First, and I think one of the better ways is speak to other patients. Find out what their experiences have been, and how do you speak to other patients? Well, you go to a support group. You reach out to an advocacy organization who might be able to connect you to other patients, and find out what kinds of experiences these other patients have had. And I would ask not only about the medical outcomes, but how satisfied were you with the communication? Was that doctor willing to listen to you and respond to you? Did that doctor give you the time that you needed? And was that doctor somebody who you felt comfortable, they felt comfortable with? And then you make an appointment and you see them. One of the good things about most of our insurances are it will pay for our visiting multiple doctors for second opinions. And it often gets paid for. So when I was first selecting my primary prostate cancer oncologist, I went to five different oncologists before I made my selection. Now, once you make a selection, so it's speaking to other patients. And I also think seeing where they're located. If you're in a major city, you have often, I'm fortunate, I'm in New York City. So there are a number of major in academic medical facilities where there's a lot of really smart and sophisticated doctors. So you have to, see them. But I think also I often will Google their doctor's name and I will look at their research that they've done. Even if I don't understand the research, I want to make sure that they're doing research, especially if they're in an academic institution, because they are doing research or they wouldn't be there. This is a little different if you're out in a community oncologist. So I understand that. But if you're in this academic environment, making sure that their publications are pertinent to where you are and to your disease. So if I'm looking for prostate cancer oncologists, very often these oncologists are often treating other cancers that usually often bladder cancer is a common one. So if all of their research is in bladder cancer and they have one little article on prostate cancer, I'm not going to say they're not the right doctor, but it's going to be something I'm going to think about. Where's their orientation? Because it tells me where their orientation is. Now, why is that important, Alex? It's important because, when I was diagnosed with my reoccurrence, here were the treatments: Lupron-like treatment drugs, chemotherapy, and 2 radiopharmaceuticals that didn't do anything but make you sick. That was it. There were no other treatments available. Period. End. So I figured Lupron, chemotherapy, and I'm dying. And when I pushed my oncologist, and I pushed him real hard, how long do I have to live? How long do I have to live? And I really made a big deal about it. And he didn't want to answer, which was the absolute proper answer, because no one knows when any of us are going to die. I often share when I speak in public that to get people's attention, I have one dream in life, and that's to die by getting hit by a New York City garbage truck. And why do I have that as a dream? Because it means I'm not dying from cancer. But anyway, the sarcasm as it is, I think actually today my risk for dying from that way may actually be higher than it is dying from cancer.